Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Nick to plan to propose on a boat. With Brooke falling into the water, Ridge could make a daring deliverance attempt. Eric had a furious hassle with Nick at the fashion show. The primogenitor advised Ridge's rival to steer clear of Brooke. The shipman has no way been one to take orders from others. Brooke eventually decided she couldn't do this with Ridge presently. The constant roller coaster of her heart just can't take it presently. Rather of letting Brooke go in peace, he tried to hold on. After Brooke eventually walked down from Ridge, she didn't look back. Not formerly. Brooke always looks back when walking down from Ridge. So, she might truly be done with him and ready for her adventure with Nick. It seems that Nick's boat offer will go awry. Brooke ever falls into the water. I wonder if rather of surprising Brooke, Nick stuns her, making it his fault that she nearly drowns. When Brooke falls off the boat, it seems that Ridge will be there to save the day. In the history, would have that deliverance impel ground to be together again. We hoping that Brooke thanks him and also accepts Nick's offer. We'd eventually cheer. It might be a long shot, but we could get lucky with a last nanosecond twist. We might see Sheila try to track down Lee. The waitress is a pro at stalking, so it shouldn't be too hard to track the good croaker. Cleric is trying to support Sheila through her grief. Deacon also needs someone to talk to about his passions, which are veritably different from Sheila's. We also see Luna wake up. She have any memory of what's happened? Brooke eventually comes to her senses and doesn't look back. Will pushes Electra in a new direction. Lee stonewalls Sheila. In Capri, Brooke wants to leave. It's too hard to be there with him. Ridge won't let her go. Wow, Ridge really has a habit of rubbing swab in women's injuries, doesn't he? Over with Eric, he continues mooding with Nick. The shipman accuses the Forrester primogenitor of trying to reunite Ridge. Indeed, though Ridge and Taylor live together and are getting wedded. Eric doesn't deny it. After Nick accuses him of being responsible for Brooke's agony, Eric tells him to stay down from Brooke before stomping off. Read this, find out what happened on the last occasion of B&B. Nick suddenly sees ground and goes to approach. Ridge tries to shoot Nick down, but he sees a lady in torture. Nick tells Brooke that this is her chance to break the poisonous cycle with Ridge. The shipman offers the gold in his hand. Brooke proudly takes Nick's hand and they run off together. One thing that I noted was this time, Brooke didn't turn to look at Ridge while she was walking down. She always looks back, but not this time. Perhaps she really has come to her senses. Will and Electra are talking in the office. As the developer looks at prints of Italy posted on social media, she daydreams. They sputter about what they would do in Italy. Also, Will says that Electra should be in Italy, she should be representing Forrester Creations. The content turns to Luna. They're relieved to no way have to worry about her again. Electra is stupefied that Luna was related to someone like Finn. Electra calls the good croaker good looking. Does she have a crush? Sheila pushes Lee for answers. She just wants to say a final farewell to her granddaughter. The waitress says she tried to help Luna, but Lee just snaps at her. The croaker accuses Sheila of using Luna just to get near to Finn. Sheila says she just wanted the stylish for her granddaughter. The takeout order is ready, but Lee has lost her appetite. The croaker nearly tramples Cleric while stomping out. After getting an update about Lee, Deacon suggests grief and guilt might be causing Lee to keep everyone down. Sheila can smell that commodity is out. Lee checks on Luna. The croaker sits down and addresses to the case about what an innocent little girl she was, with so important eventuality. Lee says that she no way had a chance with Poppy as her mama. She knows she was there for Luna before, but she's there now. Sheila to start poking into what Lee is hiding. Ridge rescues Brooke from a fall in the water. Nick planned to meet up with Brooke in Italy. The shipman also had a ring box on him. He ran into some complications. First, his boat demanded some kind of conservation, and it wasn't done in time. Also he hitched a lift with someone. Once he got to the fashion show in Capri, Nick had to face a furious Eric and also Ridge. Brooke has told Ridge that she can't pretend it doesn't hurt presently. She's also tired of the clunk pong act with Ridge. The Golden fully broke down and eventually said enough. Although Brooke does have some flashbacks of Ridge, perhaps it'll push her to find a new launch with Nick. Nick and Brooke go off on some kind of adventure. While Nick has the stylish intentions, at some point, Brooke falls into the water. It's not Nick who saves Brooke, but Ridge. It's this deliverance that will make Ridge realize he can't live without Brooke. While that's nice to hear, Brooke should just move on. This kind of plot isn't romantic, it's poisonous. Ground will probably reunite after the water deliverance. That means both Nick and Taylor will be devastated. Could this have Nick and Taylor forming their own bond? For Hope, how will she deal with Daphne return? We should also see Sheila continue to get suspicious of what Lee did with Luna. As time goes on, Sheila could start to probe Lee and perhaps indeed follow her. Sheila is likely going to find out that Lee is intimately taking care of a slow Luna. Lee and Sheila join forces, or could there be another twist? When Steffi is down with the kiddies, Finn will keep looking into Liam phenomenon. It seems Grace has formerly made many miscalculations. Sheila issues a plea to Lee. The deceptive croaker. She takes care of an unconscious Luna. Brooke has an extremity in Italy. Ridge drives a motorboat while Brooke sits in the passenger seat. They talk while riding, but none of it's audible. At one point, Brooke takes her hand and caresses Ridge's arm. They go through a narrow, arched gemstone structure with the boat, which seems like an amazing view. They eventually dock as Eric and Louisa Beccara hail them. They all train inside to get ready for the fashion show. Eric takes Ridge away and urges him to attune with Brooke. Ridge approaches Brooke and declares he knows Nick is in Naples. Brooke comments that at least Nick tries. Ridge complains about Nick, and also the fashion show starts. Brooke processions around and looks inconceivable. Everyone applauds and the press wants further prints and answers to questions. One shooter says there are no way enough ground film land. Ridge reluctantly puts his arm around Brooke for further prints. A journalist asks about Ridge's engagement to Taylor before Ridge can answer. Eric redirects the discussion. Suddenly, Brooke says that's enough and runs off. Ridge runs after her. Ridge tries to make Brooke feel more, but it's not working. With gashes in her eyes, Brooke explains that she can't do this presently. 1 nanosecond they're on, 1 nanosecond they're off. She calls him out for ripping out her heart and stomping on it over and over again. She wants to leave, but Ridge says no. Nick needs the boat to be finished. He needs to get to Capri. Nick ends up getting a lift and arrives at the show. Still, Eric tells Nick he's not drink there. Cleric notices Sheila seems off. The waitress admits she misses Luna. She has a right to know where her granddaughter is, but Lee won't respond to her dispatches. Sheila needs to say a final farewell. Lee suddenly turns up at the eatery. She's picking up takeout and doesn't have time to talk. Sheila begs her to let her know where Luna's body is so she can say goodbye. What did you do with my granddaughter? Steffi deciding to spend some time down, a fashion show in Italy, Brooke is overwhelmed by recollections in Capri. After effects with Luna calmed down in Los Angeles and Liam survived his firing and phenomenon treatment, Eric decided that the show must go on. The trip to Italy was still on. Bill expressed his love for Liam, and the two hoped to move forward with remission. As for Steffi told Finn that she wanted to take their kiddies and have some time down after all the chaos of the once several weeks. Ridge kissed Taylor farewell as he made his way to Italy. Brooke also went to Italy to prepare for the big fashion show.